Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Jessie and this is the Knit Up and Dye podcast, episode 123, Can, Can't, Didn't, and Will. As always, I'm going to start with my thank yous, and I don't have my cheat sheet today. Unfortunately, my printer is acting up and so I'm working off my laptop. Bear with me, guys. A special thank you goes out to all of my subscribers, both new and ongoing. I love you guys. What you see here is really all about you. Your feedback, your comments, your emails, your messages mean the world to me. And I really do make decisions about what I'm going to talk about based on what you talk about. Hello and thank you and welcome goes out to Jim. Thank you for adding me to your day. It means a lot to me when you guys subscribe. Special love and thanks go out to... It's going to be a lot of referencing here, guys. Monica, Nancy, Rachel, Leanne, Faye, David, Donna, Amy, Tara, Charlotte, Allison, Barbara, Adriana, Wayne, Lisa Lette, Patricia, Cappy, Jorge, Kath, Benty, Christy, Nitsi, Charlotte, Roseanne, Linda, Marie, Betty Ann, David, Donna, Scott, John, Kate, Janet, Terry, Heather, and did I get everybody? And Tanya. Thank you. Much love goes out to my Zoom family. Robert, Juanita, Paula, Brian, Katie, Eve, Jamie, Jen, Elizabeth, Shirley, Roz, and Nicole. I miss you guys. I hope to touch base with you later this weekend. A warm hello and thank you goes out to all of my patrons. You honor me, you make this possible, and I appreciate all of your support. Thank you. If you're not familiar with my Patreon program, please go over and take a look. It earns you... It doesn't earn you. Your support is paid back to you in credits towards yarn. So you can save up to get yourself a sweater or save up to get yourself even just a single skein. I offer discounts on my products to all of my supporters. There's multiple levels of support available. Pop on over to my Patreon page and take a look and see if this is something that you would like to support. Well, let's dig in. Life. It's been 2 weeks. I took a week off. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the United States. Last week was Thanksgiving and I took a long weekend. I needed a long weekend. Took time off to eat and sit and craft and spend time with my husband and really detox and de-stress. It was very, very necessary. It had been a while since I really took time off and wasn't either working my business or working for the company I work for or just running in circles trying to keep up with that. And even just a single day, I actually had one day completely, totally to myself. John had to work the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I was running my sale. I did have a lot of sales. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope that the discounts really helped you fulfill craft dreams or projects that you wanted to do. I packed a lot of orders, but Friday I really got to spend just me time. And I sat on my sofa and I watched cheesy holiday movies and ate leftovers and knit, and it was really cathartic and happy and de-stressing. And do it for yourself. If you are not taking care of yourself, stop and take care of yourself. Give yourself one day. Call in, have a mental holiday, whatever it takes, and just get back to you. It really helps. In addition to that, you know, I've told you guys about stress and all that's going on, and I have had a lot of stress happening because my company is about to change locations. Well, there's been a change to that. We're building out a new location, and so there's a lot of additional stress because some processes are going to change in addition to the actual physical building. With that comes delays. We initially had been prepared to move right after Christmas. Christmas weekend was going to be the big shift. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at that, there has been a delay, and we are not going to move until the 3rd week of January. Actually, the very first day that we are supposed to be on site is my birthday. So it was a Christmas gift. It's a birthday gift as well. I'm going to have a shiny new happy office, I hope. And having this weird event in my life where there was this big stress buildup and all of a sudden it's been set off adds some stressors, but really it was kind of like a rehearsal where I have spent a lot of time focusing and learning how to embrace change, that I got really good at it, and I feel like I was really prepared to make the shift. And now I have extra time to really embrace that, really take that in and make it even easier, I hope, I think. So I am feeling positive about it. I'm not happy. I really was ready to go, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to be even better once that move happens. But it's all going to work out for the best. Everything for a reason, right? I think everything for a reason. So that's the big shift in my life. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about holidays in general. Something about this time of year, and whether it's cultural or it is traditional, or it is really just because our focus is so much on generosity and family. This is a hard time for a lot of people, and it's been a rough year. I've had a rough year. I think a lot of you have had rough years. We've all talked about this. We had a lot of loss. We had injuries. We had just challenge after challenge after challenge. And we're funny animals in that we really look at our calendar, and we have a beginning and we go through this and we come around and we have an end, and January is this refresher, this renewal, when really any day, the first day of the month could be your renewal, or the first day of the week could be the renewal rather. And yeah, some people are fortunate enough that they have a will and a strength that every morning when they get out of bed, it's a renewal, it's a rebirth for them. I'm not one of those people. But because of these pressures, because of these ideals and standards that we try to hold ourselves up to, because of the challenges that we've had all year long, and it builds up, and then the weather shifts, and at least in the northern hemisphere it's cold and we don't get out and we don't move and there's not as much sun, it's an easy time to get really, really depressed. It just is. And some of that is that we're missing those people that aren't with us, or we are feeling shame, or that we aren't worthy, or that we can't give enough or do enough, that we don't have enough time or energy or money to volunteer or donate or be present or travel to family or bring family to us. There's just so much going on, and I wanted to really reach out to you guys and remind you, you're not alone. You're not alone. We all have these things. We all have these pressures. We all have this sense of shame or loneliness or just depression or hope. And hope is a weird animal because hope can be empty. It can be hollow. It's not necessarily filled with joy and light. But you're not alone. And reach out. Find somebody. Talk to other people. And really focus on what you can do. Be present. Be in the present. Don't focus on your can'ts. Don't focus on your won'ts. Don't focus on the past. Focus on right now, where you are, what you're doing, the yarn sliding between your fingers, the beautiful colors of your project, the simplicity of the pattern, the warmth that your gift will give, the taste of the cookie in your mouth, or the feeling of the hot tea in your mug. Be very present and breathe deep in and out for a couple of minutes. to really bring that in and embrace that and give yourself a break. We pressurize ourselves so much. I am your filmed spokesperson of self-pressure. I do it to myself to a point that I can make myself ill. And that's what makes me the right person to say, I'm gonna stop. I'm going to be present. I will embrace what's around me and take time to enjoy the moments I have without looking around at the voids, the missing, and hurting myself. Instead, I'm going to fill myself with good this holiday season. I want you to do the same. I want you to be filled with good memories if you do decide to look back, and joyful moments when you're here in the present. And come share a cup of tea with me and sit and knit and craft and crochet and spin and enjoy the moment. Let's dig in. What are you really here for? Sorry, you're here for the crafting, so let's look at the crafting. What did I do? I'm a little bit behind on my goal. I'm gonna be honest. So it's been 2 weeks since I talked to you guys last, and I've been working on my How to Eat an Elephant blanket, and I set myself a weekly goal of 3 squares. And since I last talked to you guys, I have done 3 3/4 squares. Let's see if I can hold this up without unfolding the whole planet. So here I am. This is the column that I've been working on. I'm working on a column that's 3 squares wide so that I can see my weekly progress. And I, in the first week, got this one, and this one done. And that was like Tuesday of the first week. So I was ahead and I was feeling really good. And then in the second week, I did 3/4 of 1 square, this little guy right here. So I am behind. To get back on track, I need to do 5 1/4 squares. Not impossible, but I'm not going to beat myself up about this. And at the same time, I'm not going to let this all go. I do have a target. I do want to work on this project, but I do have other focus right now. And so I'm going to be kind to myself, and I'm going to let my other focuses kind of take the lead here while I get caught up. It's gift giving season, it's gift knitting season, and so that's really been my focus. I wanted to get some stuff done, and that meant knitting in front of the TV at night instead of working on my blanket. That's okay. I'm going to forgive myself, and we'll get back on track with that later. I know that I can get caught up on that, but I really want my gifts to be done in time. That having been said, I have a project I can't show you. So this is my can. I have a cant, and that is a gift, a Christmas gift that I'm working on. I am 3/4 of the way done, and I'll take pictures and I'll show you guys later after the recipient has their gift. So that's coming. Didn't show you, haha, and I don't have it here to show you. I didn't show you a cowl that I knit as a thank you gift. My friend Monica, I talked to you guys about this last episode, had gotten me a posture corrector, which has been working wonderfully. In fact, it's been working so well that I have a little bit of muscle pain in my back because I'm retraining those muscles and I'm strengthening muscles. And so the muscles that I have been neglecting, that have gotten very, very weak and are part of my poor posture, are a little tender. So I'm not wearing it today, as you can tell, but I feel like when I look in the monitor, I can see that my posture appears better. I'm feeling very positive about it. When Monica had initially texted me that she had a gift for me and that she couldn't wait until Christmas, I immediately had a sense of obligation. And this is kind of tying back into what I was saying about Christmas and pressure and everything. If anybody gives me a gift, I immediately feel a need to return the favor, to give a gift back. And so before I even knew what she was giving me, before she even gave it to me, the night that I got the text, I sat down and I cast on this cowl for her. And I knit the whole thing, boom, and had it ready to go, because I can't face the idea of somebody giving me something without me giving them something in return. It's an exchange of energy. And a show of gratitude. I don't care what you give me, I want to give back. It's a thanks, it's a gift of gratitude. And so I made her a cowl. I have a picture here to insert for you guys. It's really lovely. I used a variety of different yarns. I held yarns together. It has silk, it has cashmere, it has merino in it. I did it in colors that I think of when I think of Monica, colors that I thought were going to be very flattering with her complexion, that were going to work with her general style, and I really wanted to make something lovely for her, something warm and something beautiful. And so I made this cowl and I gave it to her, and she loves it, and I couldn't be happier that she loves it. So in exchange for something that is making me present better and healthier, I gave her something warm and snuggy, and I truly hope that she sincerely does love it, because I really appreciate the posture correction and what it's doing for me. I have no shoulder pain. I'm so happy about that. I'm ridiculously happy about that. And I've been pain-free in the shoulder now for, the pain was alleviated almost the very first time that I wore it, within a few minutes, because blood flow started to go through this area. I shut off when I curl in, and I had a little bit of pain a couple of evenings after I started using it, and since then it has stopped. It has stopped. And this was, I was back at the point where I was thinking I needed another injection, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, because I don't want to get caught in a loop where all I do is go in and get a band-aid, as it were. I really needed a cure. This seems to be working. I'm very happy about that. Monica, I know you're watching. Thank you. Thank you. So that was can show you, can't show you, didn't show you, did finally show you, and I have one other thing to show you. Yay! Okay, and I can show this. So, over Thanksgiving, like I said, I sat down and I did a whole lot of knitting and watched a whole bunch of sappy holiday movies and some of my old favorites, and I worked on my Brickyard sweater, my modified Brickyard sweater. And when I showed it to you guys last, did I leave a progress marker? I didn't even leave a progress marker in, so I'm not entirely sure where I showed you last. But I know that I'd done the back yoke, and I had started shaping one of the front shoulders, I believe. I think that's as far as I had gotten when I showed it to you last. Yeah. I'm thrilled. I finished the front yoke, as you can well tell. I have the lateral braid in place here over the arch that she does. I have joined under the arms, and I'm knitting in the round, just stockinette body at this point, and I am slamming this out. I am super, super happy with this. I look to have probably, that looks to be about 6 inches, maybe 6.5, 7 under the arm complete. I am not doing the A-line shaping, I'm just knitting it straight, and it is coming along very, very quickly. Very happy with it. Very simple modifications to Elizabeth Doherty's original pattern. I changed up the textural stitch just because I already have one in her Brickyard. I made a simple change so that it's using the same repeats and the same general idea. It's a texture with knits and purls only. Very happy with how it looks, how it's come out. And I'm not doing the A-line shaping down the body. I am likely to still do a split hem. I need to try it on and look at where it's falling on me and where I want the hem to be and start to target in that direction. Which means I need to grab another size 8 needle and knit like the front onto one needle and leave the back on the other, so that this opens up and I can pull this over my head without losing stitches. Very, very, very happy with it. Very excited to get this done so I can wear it. I do have probably half of the body to go, the sleeves, and then the neck detail. Ultimately, Okay, now I'm going to talk crazy talk. I'd like to have this done in the next 10 days. I think I heard your laughter. Yeah, I heard your laughter. I work a full-time job. It is Saturday, 10 days. Don't think so. I would like to. That does give me this weekend and another weekend. And fortunately, I don't have any hard time-consuming things associated to this weekend. I actually have a lot of knitting time, so I think I'm just going to sit down in front of the TV, enjoy some more cheesy holiday movies, and really try and get the body done on this and maybe get to the point where I'm doing sleeves. That having been said, I also have that other gift that I have a quarter left to go on. That has been my traveling gift. I've been taking that with me to work and working on that in the car in the mornings. Well, not so well. It's been very chilly and dark. When I'm cold, I don't knit. But during my lunch breaks, I've been doing that. So I think I might be able to get this done. Really need to hot foot on it though if I'm going to do that. And I'm gonna have to skip the elephant blanket to do that. So I may get a little bit further behind on this, but eventually I will get all caught up. I can do this. I will do this. I want to do this, and that's what matters, is my focus. Where I want to be is where I'm going to be. I just have to look in that direction and go there. That's that, and I'm super happy with this. So tuck that back away, keep that safe, and for once I'm not squishing it into a tiny bag, I'm putting it in my nice big bag. This is my Knitting with Attitude bag. I think she still has her site up. I should check that and check my notes down below. If her site is still up and she's still selling bags, I will have the link to that in the down notes. And she makes fabulous bags. I love her bags. I've given a number of them away in giveaways here. And you just never know. We may have another giveaway coming up in the new year. So that's that. That's what I've been knitting. I haven't done any spinning. I haven't done any crochet. I've really been focused on getting gifts done and getting gifts done. Acquisitions. Okay, I had kind of a weird acquisition this past week that I do want to talk to you guys about because I think it's super cool. And it's this funky little tech gadget that I'm wearing on my wrist. It is called an Ember Wave. Ember Wave, E-M-B-R, Wave, W-A-V-E. And I first heard about this in my Instagram thread. It's one of those things that, it's one of those ads that kept coming up, and I kept looking at that and going, Basically, this little bracelet, and it's a magnetic bracelet that wraps on, has this doohickey here that uses ultrasonic waves, is my understanding, to heat or cool this little pad, this little device that's against the inside of my wrist on my pulse point. What does that do? That helps me regulate my body temperature. It's a gadget. It is a gadget. It links to my phone. It tracks how often I use it to heat and cool. I'm in control of how many degrees of cold it is or how many degrees of hot it is. It waves on and off. It pulses either heat or cool depending on whether I'm shivering or whether I'm having a hot flash. And it helps me regulate my body temperature simply by mindfulness, that I am aware that I feel a heating or a cooling sensation on my wrist, and I pay attention to that. And of course it's on a pulse point, so it's circulating hot or cold into my blood and through my body. It's programmable so that it does a 3-minute session, a 10-minute session, again in whatever temperature range that you want. I've used it now for a little under a week. I love it. I love it. I'm always cold. I'm always shivering. I know that when I'm going out to dinner with my husband that I have to have either a second sweater or a sweatshirt or a fleece on. Sometimes I end up eating my dinner in my jacket because I'm shivering. I'm cold. I know that it's a comfortable temperature. Everybody else is in t-shirts. but something happens where I catch a chill and I just can't get beyond it, whether it's I'm focused on the idea that I'm cold, or I truly am just cold and my body's not re-regulating itself. As soon as I start to feel discomfort, I turn this doohickey on. Whether it's I just laid down in bed and all of a sudden, whoo, it is crazy hot in the room, I turn this doohickey on and it cools or it heats me as needed. And it only does it for a few minutes, but enough that I focus on that, my body reprograms, and then I'm comfortable. I love this thing. I love this thing. I will have links for this so that you can look up information about it down below as well. Like I said, I've only used it for about a week. It does have a 30-day return policy on it. If you buy it during the holiday season, they recognize that you may be buying it as a gift for somebody that would receive it for Christmas, and so they've actually extended the return period to the end of January if you buy it before a certain point in December. I have no intention of returning it unless this thing wholly malfunctions. I love it. I have been so much more comfortable at work. I have been so much more comfortable in the car. I have been so much more comfortable in my office, in my studio, morning, noon, night. It doesn't replace a jacket. I can't go out in a snowstorm in a bathing suit. It just helps you, it's very relaxing actually, it helps you re-regulate your body is basically what's happening. And I clearly can't say enough about it. No, I am not paid to talk about this. I am getting zero reimbursement for this. I'm simply telling you about a product that I've experienced that I love. And if you're somebody like me who is constantly chilly, or you're battling hot flashes, or you just plain have a thyroid imbalance, male, female, whoever you are, this may be something that works for you as well. So my endorsement of the day, that was my acquisition, and I clearly have greatly appreciated the effect it has brought to my life. Moving on, I have my check sheet over here. I probably ought to make sure it doesn't fall asleep. I have announcements to make. I have some very great announcements to make. First off, I'm having basically a holiday sale through December 15th. I'm pretty sure it's December 15th. Free shipping on all orders over $45 from my website. Free shipping. So if you need a last minute gift, you spend $45 over there, free shipping. I'm going to priority it right out to you so that you have it in time for Christmas. Absolutely. Please take advantage of that opportunity if you're looking for a quick nitty gift. Other exciting announcements. Haha. I hope that many of you are aware of Jennifer of the Driftless Knitting podcast. I have watched Jennifer off and on. I'm really behind in my podcast, and I'm embarrassed to admit that. But I've watched Jennifer now for probably 2 years. Delightful woman, really enjoy her. She's a clever designer. She recently designed her riverbank shawl, making use of my Boogie Woogie DK weight yarn. She did it in the Daybreak colorway. Really a beautiful design. You can find Riverbank over on Ravelry. I'll have a link to that down below as well. She happens to work for Knit Circus Yarns, and she reached out to me, and we have collaborated and worked out, and I will be having a trunk show at Knit Circus Yarns February 2020. Super excited that that's happening. I'll have more information both on my website and as that gets closer for you. At this time, the projection is that we will have 3 of my bases over at Knit Circus Yarn for the entire month of February. I will have a DK weight over there as well as 2 fingering weights, and I couldn't be prouder to make this announcement. I couldn't be more excited to be working with Jennifer. I really have great admiration for her. And to be in cooperation with Knit Circus Yarns, I hope that this is the beginning of wonderful, wonderful things with them, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have another trunk show over there. I will not be actually attending at the shop, however my yarns will be there, and that's just as cool, I think. Also, I have recently teamed up with designer Jamie McCandless. Jamie has released 2 or 3 patterns recently. He is just making beautiful, beautiful things. Most recently, he released his jeans cowl. It is a remembrance and honor of his mother and a piece that she knit. She was a very accomplished knitter and instructor. And he created this beautiful, beautiful cowl in her memory. His pattern is super clever. He has designed it in 4 weights of yarn, so you can knit it in a fingering, a sport, a DK, or a worsted, whichever yarn weight you have on hand or you enjoy working with. It's a brilliant, brilliant pattern and really beautiful. Jamie and I have teamed up and we have released a kit on diemonkeyyarns.com of the jeans cowl pattern in conjunction with my Samba Monkey yarn base, and we are offering it in your choice of 12 colors. The kit is valued at $33. That's his pattern plus my yarn. We're selling it for $28.50. It is a steal of a deal. Please pop on over, take a look. It's really a beautiful cowl. I'm so proud to be working with Jamie on this. I'll insert a picture here for you. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I really need to cast one on myself as soon as I get all this under control. Jamie, I'm going to knit one of those. It's beautiful. That is everything I have for you this week. I have some knitting I need to go do. And I have some messages I need to go and reply to. Thank you guys very much. And I'm going to go and update and get coupons out to all of my patrons. Thank you guys for continuing to honor me with your support. And that's everything this week. I love you. I'll see you next time. Live in the now. Be kind to yourself. And have a beautiful holiday season every day of it.